Once your background is completely dry, the wet on wet is completely dry, now you can go back in here and start adding maybe the next layer. We'll call it the next layer. We can use wet on wet or dry brush at this point. For this particular example, I'm going to use a little bit of wet on wet, but this is going to be a little bit more controlled because instead of just going over the entire piece, I'm going just in the section where I want this. I'm going to use a green color to go. So the cool thing about wet on wet is that wherever the water is, that's the only place that the paint is going to go. So I'm going to take some of this green, and I'll take some light green as well. So I have my two colors. Remember, I've already activated them, so I have a little bit of water in each of my pans. And I'm going to take this and watch how this green, as I put this on here, if I move it around like I did before, it's not going to go outside of where the water is. So it'll stay just in those sections. It's still going to give kind of that traditional watercolor look with the bleed and moving all over the place. But in the same way, it's more controlled because it's not going to go all over the page. So we're going to think about the next layer. This layer is a layer that should appear far away, out of focus, and we'll do that to each of the landscapes. Here you see examples of student work. You see the entire underpainting is completely covered. There's no white of the paper left, and it looks a little out of focus, and that's good. That's what an underpainting should look like.